started. Hello!
All right.
But I made up my mind! And we're back!
And we're back.
I'm your host, Tyler.
You're Brennan. He's the host.
Oh, you're the host.
He's a host.
I'm a host, Brandon Goble. And you mentioned your name.
Brennan.
And,
Tyler.
all right.
We are the Random Fan Podcast. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
We love being random, so if here and there we get a little random, please indulge us.
Indulge us. Yep. Indulge. So let's get to the lineup. So we have a really big
It's
game
a
here.
double week podcast.
It's a double week, so we don't got time to mess around.
We do
let's,
not.
Let's dive into this. We played
RSL
Houston, and here's the lineup for that. We had our tried and true McMath goal. Then we
Yep.
had Brody, Hidalgo, Oviedo, and Contreras, which we will talk about.
Can I have center backs for 200, please? Alex?
Absolutely. And then we have Anelli and Ojeda running that center defensive midfield. Then we have Gomez, Crooks, and Luna with Chicho in the forefront. And then we had a pretty good bench with Beavers, Ching, Julio, Quinton, Caliscan, Gozo, Eskandarian, Palacio, and Dude Silva.
Dude Silva.
I love the nickname. It just says D Silva, so we just assumed his name is Dude, even though we know his name.
That dude.
Watch it be like Derek or Devin.
name.
I think
That's his
I think he goes by Tommy.
Yeah. Tommy Bahama Silva. Dude. We'll just call him Dude.
All right. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
We don't have center backs playing. How about that? Is that
Oh,
is
we
that
can
the
talk about
elephant?
that too. I thought we were
Oh.
talking about that shirt. But let's see. We're going to talk about Hidalgo.
Oh, zing! Oh, man, if you're in studio. Oh, wait, no one's in studio. Brant wore a shirt that matches Brennan's hat, so
Yep.
it's interesting because one is Crawley Town and one is Real Salt Lake, and
What are the odds?
they're both aqua?
Mint.
Mint.
Sorry.
Aqua's more of a blue.
You know, if it's your primary colors, I usually get it right. And I say usually because sometimes purple and red, just you never can tell with those colors. They all kind of fold into bluish something. So,
Really?
So, you know, I have two colorblind kids, so I'm
Maybe
just
you-
grateful I can see in color,
Yeah.
even though I don't get it right very often. So
Wait, who's colorblind? Jericho?
no.
No.
Twins.
Oh, the twins are.
Yeah.
Really, both of them at the
Yeah.
same time.
Mm. Yeah.
That's rare.
Yeah. Boys are way more colorblind than girls, just in general.
What's their colorblindness?
It's like
Is it red
two.
or
Yeah,
green?
so they have opposite ones.
I was going to ask, do they... one
Between the
sees-
two of them, they get all the colors right, but they need each other to be able to get the colors right. Because
Oh,
the one
really?
is purple blue,
And
and the
then
other
the
one
other one's
is
the red green?
Yeah,
Wow.
red green. Good show. Look it up, kids.
Absolutely.
Oh, so did you ever get them the glasses so they can see the colors and then
And did they
put it
cry?
on the
And
internet
then they
and it's just
cried.
emotional?
This is the first time
They've
they've ever
ever
their
seen
twin in
a
color.
pumpkin.
and,
No,
and
we did
orange
not do that.
pumpkin.
They just look.
They've seen brown and beige pumpkins, but never an orange one.
Is that the color of A&W root beer cans?
It was a Halloween miracle.
Why would anyone make it so brown? All right, so center backs for 200, Alex.
We should get some of those.
Yeah.
No, Hidalgo has kind of shown that he pretty much is our, what are we on, 6th, 7th? He can play center back. He can play, he's a player. I think we've established that our boy Hidalgo from Utah himself, yes, Utah has grown up some soccer players, folks, and his name is Bodie Hidalgo, and he is an MLS stud. Anyway, he can play right back, he can play left back, he can play center back, he can play midfield. Probably play defensive mid if he wants to.
Well, so looking at it, yeah, we're really happy for him. I think he is growing as far as what his personality is on the pitch.
Yeah.
And that was the most impressive thing is he's turning into a dog.
Yeah.
He's turning into like a guy that does don't mess with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it fits him well. And the stops not only in this game but the next game were very, very impressive. And he has definitely earned his spot on the team. But his style is not a center back. I mean, we saw it in the next game. He's preferred more to the right. But I think he's knocking at the door of Brody's position. Realistically, I think Brody brings a lot of good opportunity for us, especially moving the ball, which is weird to say because in the past he's usually
He's great
native
at
passer.
passing. Yeah, he's been great.
But I
Yeah,
think
both of them.
Hidalgo and Brody are a great right back pairing.
Yeah, and I haven't seen this kind of weird hybrid right back thing until we just stuck Aaron Herrera out there and he figured it out. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because the first year with Herrera, I gotta admit, I was not a fan. But congratulations, A. Herrera, All-Star vote.
Ron.
Winner. A. Ron's going to the All-Star game. Congrats, buddy.
Hurrah. Aaron, hurrah.
Did you know he likes Chipotle burritos after games?
And did you know that he is not from Utah?
Are you serious? Is that why I don't like him as much? Is that what it is? I knew it was.
He was a homegrown.
Something
but
told me.
He didn't grow up in Utah. However, Taylor Booth did, and he made it to the Olympics. So even though we don't get Luna on the Olympics team, Taylor Booth, who's a Utah kid, is on the Olympic team. Look for that kid. They call him the Mormon Messi. It's his nickname. I didn't make it up. I'm just telling you what they call him.
Well, whoever made that up, that's terrible.
And funny. You laughed.
Yeah, you like that.
Anyway, so yes, we have a problem at center back because first, Quentin is a center back. We got him because he's a center back, and he didn't sub in until very late in this game. This is still the Houston game, and Oviedo just outplays him there right now. And Oviedo is clearly a left back, but we're kind of ending up in a 3-back system anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because Catranas doesn't really play outside back. He kind of plays. It's kind of a 3-3-3-1, if you know. And sometimes Catranas is so far up, he's playing forward with Chicho.
Yeah, it could
So,
be
I don't know.
a 3-2-4-1.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
It's really nice. It's
3-2,
good to see
3-2.
him super aggressive on the left side. But the biggest thing is were we going to able to handle Ache playing through the middle. In this game, Houston's always had our number, especially. I mean, every time we go to Houston, it seems like we're battling somebody else besides the team.
Yeah, the heat, the humidity,
All the demons
the
that come with
altitude, because it's at 0, because they're like,
that. Sea level.
sea level.
They had our number last season too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they knocked us out of the Cup, the playoffs, the Open Cup, the first place one time, or I don't know, something else. They knocked us out of something.
But then they got rid of Lunchbox, and they haven't been the same.
Good old
Who's
Lunchbox.
Lunchbox?
Corey Baird.
Oh yeah, he got traded up.
May he rest in peace.
Absolutely.
Oh, he didn't die. He just
He
went to
didn't
Cincinnati. Cincinnati? Is that where
Yeah,
he's
he's in
okay.
Cincinnati.
Is he starting?
Well, Cincinnati's in first place now.
Oh really?
I don't know
in
if
the
he's
supporter
starting.
shield race. No, he's not starting. But he's on their team.
So,
go ahead.
yeah, I was really expecting this game to be rough. I thought it would be a fist fight, and it kind of turned into one. And talking about Hidalgo on that first goal, looks like he got turned a little,
Mm-hmm.
and he was a little out. I don't know who he's out there so far. And then this
Well,
kind
he's
of
guarding that guy, right?
he went forward,
Ayuk.
and then they just could not recover, and it was a lovely goal.
Well, yeah, anytime Brody has to man up on somebody,
He's
bigger,
gotten caught in
like
this
Ayuk,
situation
that's not a
a
good...
lot. A lot of these goals is coming from Brody having to backtrack and cut through the box to defend.
Yeah, it's better for our center backs to just stay center and let Brody chase wide and just give up a little bit of service rather than... And Oviedo stayed with his guy, but...
It's
You know, it's like-
kind of like when you go for a jog and there's a chihuahua on the other side of the fence and he runs with you for a sec. He's just barking at you. He's
Yeah.
not really getting physical.
He's not doing
It's
anything.
kind of resembles that, and there's not much physicality when he's backtracking in the middle of the box.
Yeah, and that's why it's hard when Brody plays with Catranas because Catranas goes up quite a bit and Brody is not really a back 3 back. He's more of a back 4 back because he's a poke away, like you said, kind of a little nippy dog, knocking the ball away.
Little nippy dog.
Making good passes out of the back kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
But his strength is definitely not,
Yeah,
manning
he
up
needs a
and-
little bit more protein. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not like he can't. He just doesn't. Like, you've never seen him just take his shoulder and just try to drive somebody off the ball. He just backs off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's been coached into him, like, don't try that. Don't do that.
Well, he's not. He doesn't really get caught with silly yellow cards ever.
Which is good. Yes.
That's a really good thing to have on a right back. You need to balance that out. You need somebody in the center to ruffle things up, and you need the yang, yin yang kind of thing.
And maybe he's just been, shouldered off the ball so many times. He just doesn't want to get into that.
His shoulders shrunk so much.
Well, if you know you're not going to win the battle, you might as well try and force it to some place where you do have a better advantage. So this first half, I thought it was, other than the back line, I thought RSL played really well. They dominated this first half. It's a game where if, like, Chicho hit the post in the 18th minute, clanged it off, that should have been a goal.
Rocketed that shot. I thought for sure that was in.
And they outshot them crazily. RSL had 20 shots.
Whoa.
And 10 of them on goal. 10 shots on
Yikes.
goal. And Steve Clark. You gotta not like the guy.
You can't.
You gotta
And also,
dislike the
you'd
guy.
expect more with somebody with a face mask, because usually that's when things get nasty. Like Kobe with the face mask.
Right, yeah.
Everybody that hurts their nose just gets serious about the sport, and you're expecting that. But he just looks like the Bane from
Bane.
Batman. He looks like one of his little
Looks like he's
sidekick
wearing
friends.
a mask.
You know what I mean? Like, you hire him to go get the van.
The worst Batman and the worst Batman villains.
What?
Christian Bale. I got tired of him.
Bane was good though.
Bane was amazing.
Yeah.
No.
That
I
was
hate...
good.
He was bold.
Nobody
enough.
talks that way. It's like, oh,
Yes, he was.
just like, I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
Just like that.
The best part is that Christian Bale had a lisp when he was talking like Batman. I'm Batman, and that's the truth for there.
I thought Ben Affleck was a
Daffy
better
Duck.
Batman anyway.
Yeah,
But anyway.
Daffy Duck meets Batman. That's what Christian
That's
Bale's
Christian
Batman.
Bale.
Christian Bale's
And
Batman.
you really can't, you really can't, intimidate players.
You
know.
can't?
No, not when you're wearing your CPAP machine down there.
So it's not Bane, it's a to be fair, Steve Clark's getting up there in age.
He did have the hose out there when he
Seriously though, it does look like he's just guarding his snout, man. Oh,
Maybe he's been
did he get?
clocked in the grill?
I
too
didn't
many
get much
times,
sleep
you know?
last night.
Oh,
So,
Yeah.
geez.
Interesting.
so the first goal for RSL was a fun one. Gomez has just been going crazy. I love the way he's kind of changed. He still has his moments where he's a striker and he wants to be a little on the selfish side. But here's just hustle, straight up hustle. I think it's Hidalgo. Was that Hidalgo that sent the ball in?
Yeah, headed it. That's straight up an assist. for
Straight,
Hidalgo, right?
straight through the middle.
Right down the
and-
middle. Everybody just watches.
And
then-
Gomez beats them.
Well, and that's the classic center back thing. If when in doubt, clear it out, right? Like that's if you're a center back, kids, you know to do that, and your coach has probably told you that many times. Even if the goalie calls it, you make sure he gets it, right? You at least throw your body in between you and, in this case, our boy Gomez, right? So
And I think I've really come to love this RSL team. I'm not going to worry about like wins and losses and focusing on the negative because we've had that for the last 2 seasons. But it feels like they've made it over a hump.
so
And-
in love.
When you love RSL.
Keep going, Brad. Keep going. He's got the background music for you.
I just want to. Well, my point is that I think that their positiveness, their confidence is leading to goals like that. Last season, maybe they don't finish. Last season, the goals that they're getting this season don't happen because the universe is working in our favor this season.
The
All
universe,
because of Pablo.
Minestrone.
and
He's bringing
They
the
finally-
cosmic elements into alignment.
Well,
for us.
I think they finally figured out which incense works the best.
No, it's chakras, baby.
Yeah, you gotta have
Well,
an
it's all
incense
around
before the
chakras.
game.
Line.
Which
And-
alignment of your aligned?
And they've
chakra?
really, because of that, they've really driven up the price of sage. Because you really gotta,
Seriously, I just bought some yesterday. It was $2 for 2 figs.
yeah.
And-
so
Or
you-
sprigs. Sorry.
But in stadium, it's $48. So that's good.
Seriously.
holy cow! Every time I know it's petty, but every time. Did you enjoy the game? Any comments? Yeah, concessions. Why do they cost? Why do you have to get out a small business loan?
$15 for a tall boy. 15.
So
I can't get drunk off of one tall boy. I mean, come on.
Well,
That is so expensive.
They're thinking about you.
They are? They're
Yeah.
thinking about my high tolerance for alcohol?
I guess. I don't know. Not
But
sure what
You
that
just gotta
means,
pregame,
but
you
thank
know?
you.
You just
But
gotta pregame.
We
That's what you gotta
literally
do.
we got a pizza,
Yeah.
which I thought the deal, pizza and a drink, so
Pizza
20
in the movie.
20-ounce drink for like $14.
No, it's 30. It's like $28.
Yeah, because I didn't notice pizza slice. I thought it was okay.
A whole pizza.
So you can get the $8 pizza from Domino's.
From
At the-
Domino's.
From Domino's.
Yeah. Where they got
At
the
the
right kind of
game.
marinara. Domino's.
You can get.
Where's the fettuccine?
You're so lucky. We can get the $8 Domino's pizza for $28.
Is it $28?
It's $28 for a pizza and a 20-ounce drink at the game. And we bought this. We bought the pizza, the one drink, the bucket of popcorn.
Oh, the collector's bucket.
Yeah. And my wife had like a strawberry lemonade.
Smoothie. Oh, okay.
It's like $50 for
Really?
4 things.
Wow.
I don't think they're taking into account, the...
I don't think
What-
they've accounted for inflation yet. Maybe they need to raise their prices a little
However,
bit if you're
Yeah.
getting out that cheap.
Yeah.
one thing that you gotta give them kudos to is there was actually people walking down the aisles saying, "Anybody want pizza?" Like having a
Oh.
drive up Domino's pizza. So that was really cool.
Nice.
So good marketing.
All right, that's enough about the concessions. And we know we have to pay a premium so we can afford Chicho, but I didn't think they were going to try and do it off of pizza.
That's true. That's true.
So buy more pizza, maybe the price will come down.
Oh, economics.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, so it's 1-1.
Wait, we didn't get the one.
Yeah, we did. We were talking about
Yeah, Gomez sneaking up behind you.
Okay, yeah.
and the
Yeah.
universe
No, you're right. Okay, yeah.
and Sage.
And how we wouldn't have got that goal last year.
Yeah.
Somehow Steve Clark
Yeah,
would
we-
have blocked it with his.
With his
Face mask.
Face mask. His
So
So,
CPAP
yeah,
machine.
and
All right.
things are going our
Thanks
way.
for catching me back up into the podcast.
Thanks for joining us, Tyler. Welcome back. So, after that, 1-1.
Right about the 28th-ish minute. Is that when he-
RSL, I mean, this is a game in the first half. RSL probably should have had 4.
Yeah,
5
Luna
goals.
cut inside, had a few shots.
It was just
Right,
amazing.
I mean-
We dominated the game. I really thought one of these teams would come in and really kind of go at our right back line or outside back line, inside back line.
Our
We had 2 outside backs and 2
back
inside
line.
backs. Is that what they are?
Yeah.
But they just couldn't do it. Chicho had a header that he bounced down that didn't go in, and then there was
Yeah,
a,
that's usually one he'll stick right in the goal.
Was it in the first half that Brody got his chance where he went for it was off a set piece off the corner. Brody came up with the right leg, totally missed it, stood back up and hit it with his left, and it was actually a pretty solid volley. Like
yeah, I think that's
that was the first half.
Yeah, it was coming up after the second goal.
But-
it was, go ahead.
Well, the main thing is what we're seeing is Anelli and Ojeda have really controlled the midfield to allow our top 3 guys to really orchestrate up there, and it was just so fun. Yeah, this is the shank, and then just a volley with the left foot.
Yeah, he shanked it, and then the guy flew by, right?
Yeah.
Hit the brakes, he'll fly right by.
Thanks, Goose.
No, but the second goal was pretty sweet. I mean, you can walk us through that one, Brent?
Well, that was really interesting. We can go back. I thought, who started it? Because I know Crooks had a lovely pass there
Lovely celebration dance.
with
Brant's watching the
Luna.
celebration dance.
I want to
hoping-
get to it. Just
hoping
want to
it'll
remember.
be-
I'm the old one. So Gomez through the middle. Crooks lets the ball run, which I thought was nice. Luna picks it up, and then Anelli and Crooks both make runs, draw defenders, allows Luna to cut across the top and go all. What's his name? I just forgot his name.
I don't know.
Moon
but
Boy.
Basically, what happens with
Who's the
Luna-
kid that everybody wants back? That Utah kid?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
The guy that played in Park City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was his name?
That guy.
Yeah, he's playing in...
Yeah, he came to the game a couple weeks ago. Salcedo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bofo.
Bofo.
Luna went all Bofo
Yo, Bofo.
across the top and just sends a lovely goal. Steve Clark, he could have got there, but the hose caught on his pat machine and he fell down. And
So I think it's interesting because just a few minutes before that, Luna had a really good chance. And I think he was like, I had that corner and I put it too close to Steve Clark. And so the next time he came around, he was like, he caught the space between their defensive mids. And he did this so well. You could tell he received the ball and he looked over his shoulder. He kind of like gave a quick glance over his shoulder to see where the other defensive mid was. Because, what's his name? Their stupid center midfielder guy, the guy that I always want to punch.
Which one?
Bossy and Artur. I just want to punch those guys. Not like in the face, but just, step on their shoe and make them trip and fall over kind of a thing. Not like hurt them. Just,
no maybe.
Just ruin their day.
just tick them off enough to, So he looks over and he sees how far away Artur is. And that turn right after that is beautiful to the middle. He takes that touch as a setup and then just one-times it. And he could tell he knew Steve Clark was out of position because he was out of position on the previous play. Luna just missed the spot.
Yeah.
But this time he just banged it in. And Luna having crackers like that, guys, this is so healthy for our team. If Luna can shoot from there and score from outside the 18, and then we get all the stuff that Gomez is bringing, and we get all the stuff that Chicho is, and we get Crooks in there, getting some tap-ins and stuff, like, oh my goodness, dude, this team is so dangerous.
Nice, that's what I said. That's what I was kind of...
Yeah, it was pretty much summing
Is that
it
what
up.
you
Yeah,
said?
it
Yeah,
was
that's what
pretty
I
much
was
a
saying. Without-
summation.
Well, I guess I didn't
Without
need
the
to say
background
anything
music.
then.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
I didn't
true.
really have any background music. Nobody
I'm sorry,
was
we
really
didn't.
beatboxing or nothing
Yeah,
for me.
sorry.
Or
We're
whatever.
sorry.
I'll have background music next time.
So anyway. So
Anyway,
we're up 2-1.
2-1 at the half.
Killer goal from Luna, though. That goal of the week.
Yeah,
it
I
was
thought it
goal
was
of the
actually...
match day, actually.
Yeah,
Voted
so
goal of the match day.
after we had the second goal and they had the corner kick, that was the one that Brody whiffs on the right foot and sends it in with the left. I thought that was Ojeda. I was like, wait a second, that was Brody. He's surprised us a couple times this year with some more
balls.
than half decent shots.
Yeah.
So we want to just run through the rest of the game.
No, I think we'll delay and just watch.
Okay.
We'll do a quick halftime. That was halftime. And we're not doing our halftime because our halftime is in between the games.
Absolutely.
So
let's get into the second
Let's
half
get into
of the
the second
Wednesday
half.
All right,
game.
second half.
That is Houston Dynamo.
And there was a lot of back and forth, and Griffin Dorsey just kind of met his match today. He really didn't have a great game because we were kind of beating him up throughout the game. And Chicho didn't have a great game either. He thought he had an assist in about the 46th minute where he squared it to Gomez, and Gomez just put it right at the only defender standing on the line. So,
Well, Chicho took the shot and it bounced off, and then Gomez.
Put it right
yeah,
at the
and then
defender.
Chicho got the rebound.
No, Chicho took the shot.
Right, and then he
And then-
also got the rebound.
Oh, I see.
And then he played it back, and Gomez passed it to
And Dorsey
the
blocks.
only guy on the line, which was Griffin Dorsey's main highlight of the day. Good job, Griffin.
Gryffindor!
That's 5 points for Gryffindor right there.
Yep. No points for
So-
Raven Puff.
Yeah, we had our couple of top opportunities. We could have gone up 3-1. That might have changed the game a little bit, but the second goal for Houston, and this one was
Come
this is
on.
one like you have to watch 4 or 5 times to figure out how did
What
this
happened?
go in.
Because in the first goal, you're like, you know what? That dude made a great shot. It was kind of hard to stop him. We were trying. We were close.
Yeah.
And they scored, right? This one, it's like, what did we do? And it skips off Brody's head, this little cross in from the wing, and it goes just barely, baby, enough so that when
he
McMath
hits it with
kicks
his foot.
out, he misses it by like 3 millimeters. I have no idea how he misses it, right? But he ends up missing it, and then somebody else dives through, and some Houston guy made a run in the middle of that, and so that threw off McMath probably just a couple millimeters too, right? and you're like, how did that go in, guys? Ah!
Yeah, it was kind of hilarious. But as I've said, this team, I'm not really worried. Right? We haven't had a game where they just completely come apart. You know, they haven't had a run which kind of means they might have one where things don't go their way for a couple of games. Every team has, even the best teams, they go through some
Well, and we've had
rough
games
patches.
that have gone against us, and we still ended up winning,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's right.
Sage, Universe,
We
and all
are
of that.
so good. But
So-
so we're still in this game. So we're still talking about this
But-
game.
Yeah, we
instead
are.
of-
But I'm point
yeah.
is like the game's 2-2, and I still think RSL. I haven't been in a situation most of the season where I think, oh, RSL's out of this game or things are going to go bad. I just expect them to play well and
Figure it
win
out,
or
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
get a result. We're just used to them winning so much. So, but it was a crazy.
And a lot of fouls. I mean, like 17 fouls for us and 13 fouls for them. It's like we outfouled them. And honestly,
We win.
I'm okay with that. Especially with Houston, right? Like,
We have that history with them. I think it's a deeper rival than Colorado at the moment.
yeah, these teams do not like each other. And the announcers were even saying that on the broadcast. They were like, these two teams don't like each other. And isn't it great that they don't like each other? And they were going on and on about the...
And what I think would really change the game is if Karaskia was in. I think he is a big factor in the negative impact of Houston.
Yeah.
I was
He's
hoping
annoying. I hate that guy.
Yeah.
I was hoping he'd be
Yeah,
in,
like,
and he
I
should
really-
get
Yeah.
hacked down every
So
game
many times.
the rest of the season.
So many
Wow,
times.
that is very mean of you.
It is mean.
Yeah.
So mean.
Should get church balled. That red card on
CONCACAF.
Pulisic.
Yeah.
And we can talk about the national team or whatever you call it.
We'll talk about it after.
Yeah.
Ah.
So 2-2. Thoughts on the Nelly might be the biggest miss of the season so far.
What? No. Okay, let's put it down here. There were multiple misses in this game. We had a Nelly, we had
Chicho.
Crooks, and we
Crooks.
had Cheech and Chong over here. So
Cheech.
now, here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Oh.
Anelli is trying to do everything he can in stride to make contact to this ball. He is not given an easy ball, time to look, and he also has two people picking his pocket. One of them's fixing his hair, and the other one's going through his taxes. There's no way for him to do anything other than spectacular. And he wasn't able to connect on something spectacular.
Very
But
close.
then
but
similarly...
He was 3 feet from the goal and it was wide open.
Okay,
the
let's
ball
see.
was
Let's see
zooming
you.
in.
Let's see you intersect a ball going at a 90-degree angle, and try to time that just right. You have a split second.
All you gotta do is get your foot on it. Just get out and get your foot on it.
And
Okay,
he did
oh, no, no.
not.
So
he
now-
did not get his foot
Now
on
let's
it.
let's press play
That's
and go to
fair.
our boy Crooks, who
It is me.
who in all reality would have probably lost his contract after this miss, because
You're thinking of the next game, right?
no, I'm thinking about Crooks in this game. He has a wide open goal that he misses.
Yeah.
He
it's one-on-one
he
with
takes
the keeper.
a touch,
And he just
and then
kicks
he
it
kicks it right at him. He
I
has
think
all the time in the
that's at
world.
the
I
end of the
think
game.
that's harder.
It's the...
You
No.
think that's harder?
Yeah. I
Ask
think it's
Brian
harder than
Ojeda if that's
a
harder.
nail.
Brian Ojeda had tons of time, and what he did? Looked up,
Wait,
saw
wait,
where there
wait.
was an opening, put it in there for his first MLS goal. Everybody was cheering his name.
So why?
But what did Crooks do? He shot it right at the guy right in front of him.
Okay, well,
It's like-
let's go chronologically. Let's keep up. And Ellie did have a tap-in miss.
If it hits him
But-
anywhere on his body.
Okay,
it
if you're
goes in.
listening to this podcast, please go to the comments of some kind and
And
say,
comment
do you
about
th-
which
who-
is the biggest miss of this game.
yeah, what is the biggest miss? Is it
Yeah.
Anelli's opportunity, Crooks, or is it Chicho's?
Well, and
Chicho
don't,
had two.
and don't forget Julio. Julio had that late in one-on-one and just missed the whole ball.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we should have won this game by 6 or 7 goals. So, all right, the Anelli, we'll agree to disagree.
So Chicho brings down the wing, right?
mm-hmm.
Whips it outside. Back
Gomez.
into Chicho, who swings and
Oh,
misses.
and he has time,
Oh,
and he
he
looks,
stops
and he
it.
puts the ball into the right side of the net.
Because he looked up and saw where Steve Clark was. Steve Clark is a small human. You got to put
Yeah.
it way past him, though, because he has cat-like reflexes. so he put it in the far right corner
Please
because
do that again.
he was on the other side.
Cadillac reflexes.
Wow, if you're watching on video, so sorry.
Sorry. That's adorable.
But Ojeda puts it in the corner for his first ever MLS goal and first goal with Real Salt Lake, and the crowd goes wild.
And that is just such a cold-hearted goal. He just looks
Like,
up.
all I have to do is stop it right here, take a touch, and put it over
and just,
there.
he didn't try to slam it.
Done.
He just
Poise.
passes it
He
right
had
into the goal.
poise.
Like he's
Yes.
like he's done it a million times before. Act like you've been there before.
I love the way that guy moves, though. Have you noticed, like, the way he moves?
Oh.
He's got like a faster twitch than like everybody else. Like, Anelli's got that really low center of gravity that he like can pivot in any direction. But like Ojeda has that just that short twitch where he can just
Yeah,
like
that little burst. Yeah.
and you can go anywhere. So it's like it's brilliant to see this ball go in because he just curls it nice and easy right past him.
He might be the unsung hero of the team. I mean, he has had.
Oh, I've been saying that from day one, man.
He is just having an amazing season. He could end up like Herrera, where we can't afford him anymore.
Oh boy, we already paid a pretty penny for him, because we got him from what's that team in
Nottingham
the Premier League that buys everybody and sells them and doesn't follow the rules?
Man City.
Nottingham Forest.
Oh, the other one.
Nottingham
the
Forest.
smaller one that can
The
actually
smaller
get
one that gets away with
penalties.
the-
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Not Everton.
not Everton.
You got to be bigger than Everton to avoid penalties.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're set. But yeah, Nottingham, they keep buying people and keep selling them, and somehow Matt Turner's still there.
So that puts us up 3-2, and just
And you could just tell. I loved his celebration. It was just like, yeah, finally scored. Oh, it was brilliant to coin that British
It was
phrase.
just brilliant.
Brilliant.
But so really good setup, and we still did not let off the tack after this goal.
No, we haven't. That's what I
Step on their
love
face.
about this team.
Step on their
And
face.
shout out to John Kimball because I think, oh my goodness,
John Kimball.
John Kimball. So yes,
Step on their throat.
step on their throat. There's no point in parking the bus like that. If that's at the top, that's trickling down, and that's what we're here for. We want that every single time, and that's why we've had such high-scoring games because we have the capability of doing that. So why not?
Yep.
But please go to whatever. If you're watching the highlights, go to 6 minutes and 15 seconds, the 82nd minute, and look at this awful
Beautiful ball in
Attempt.
from Luna.
attempt by Crooks.
Beautiful ball in from Luna.
Watching it live, it literally made me sit down immediately.
Crooks is,
I was like, that's
he
it.
has
He's
like
done.
this motion where it looks effortless.
Yeah.
And because it looks effortless, people think he's not trying. And
No, he's
so-
trying. He's trying his
Oh,
hardest.
yeah, you and I know that because it takes everything you got to play the game at that level. But it kind of looks effortless. It kind of looks like he's not trying or not trying hard or not going fast when he needs to.
Yeah.
And that's why people get mad when he misses opportunities like that.
But this is the most egregious opportunity missed. I
Of the
think.
game.
Of the
Agreed.
game.
No,
Agreed.
and Nelly's is
Agreed.
just
Why are you so obsessed with Anelli? He has
3 feet in front of the goal. Literally 3 feet in front of the goal.
If a woman,
had to
if a
work
woman is
harder
running
to
through
send that.
okay, here we go.
The
So
ball
now-
was at Crooks' feet. He had all sorts of time.
It was a beautiful
Nobody
cross.
was
Yeah.
around
Any
him.
spot. No one was near him.
No, like
And Nelly was at full speed, lunging.
full speed, one dude off the
Yeah.
right, the other guy off the left. The ball is going across him, so he has a split second to make contact,
Yep.
and he also has to line up his stride with that
Yeah.
ball, and that's why he missed because he didn't have his stride there. Crooks had enough time to set himself a little tea table, sit down, have a cup of tea. Look like,
which
oh
is
hey,
worse.
Number two.
yeah, where you want to go?
It's worse.
It's
It's
worse.
like it's like having a wide open 3 and you think about it.
Yeah, do you know what's funny? When you have a wide open 3, you do think about it, but you splash it every time because you look and you go, ha, you're not even going to guard me? And you splash it.
Not me. I don't make any open threes or
Oh,
guarded
really?
threes. I make about 10%.
I
of
just
my
must be him, I
three-pointers.
guess. That's fine.
Yeah.
So I
you know,
think that
I'm more of a footy guy than a handy guy.
well that's good.
Angela.
Wait, what are you talking about? I was talking about the coordination of my hands and feet. Playing
So
sports. What are you
it
talking
was.
about?
I'll admit it was a bad miss on Crooks, but
Oh, he said it. Hey, there it is.
Oh, he's just.
but I think the other one was worse. The only thing that Anelli could have done to miss the shot was what he did. Like if he'd have tripped and fell down, it would have hit him on the shoulder and gone in. If he'd have slid, it would have gone in.
No.
See, that's the not playing soccer growing up
Here,
is honestly
there's
coming
one
out.
more miss, right? At the very
And
end.
I think Chicho's
Chicho's is probably
the
even
crooks.
worse. Because
Mm.
Chicho has to think about it. He gets the ball so wide open. He's outside the 18. He dribbles. He shoots right at Steve Clark.
And he went to his
He thought Steve Clark was going to anticipate which way he was going to shoot, and he didn't. He just stood his ground. Which that's all Steve Clark really does.
Oh, what a stop by McMath at the
Yeah,
end.
and then McMath in the 90th minute makes a stop, and I was like, "Oh boy, guys, let's step up the intensity."
Yeah, and you see, it
We had
starts with
3
Julio
tap-ins
doing
we
nothing.
missed. Yeah,
Yeah, that would have been a terrible loss of 2 points.
yeah.
it would have been.
That would have been one of those times when things fell apart and we played like we should have won, but
Yeah.
then we didn't. But we did.
Yeah, and it always hurts.
So-
So
Filled it
Overall-
out, you know.
a Wednesday game, really nice for a Wednesday game. Really exciting, and it's so good to kick their butts.
Yeah, I love
One of the
beating Houston.
And one of the fun things about this team is that we are taking the refs out of the game. The refs are not deciding the game. Even though the fouls being called are influencing the game, we are in our own minds, our own best whatevers in our head that we don't care. We don't care what the ref's calling. We don't care what he's not calling. Because Latif Blessing got that foul in the 5th minute, right? That hold him back foul. And then there wasn't another card until the second half. So not a lot of cards. Ojeda picked one up in the 77th for the pullback. Escobar for being a punk in the 90+2. And then Anelli got his for delaying the restart. So, but again, 2 cards in the 90+2. So the ref kind of stayed out of it, but there weren't really crazy tackles flying around.
And I think
So
he's
good
the
job,
Utah ref,
Alan
too,
Chapman, the Utah ref.
right? Absolutely.
Whoa!
Utah County, if you want to be more specific.
What's his name?
We got to get him on the
Oh,
podcast.
yeah, we need
Alan
to.
Chapman.
Alan?
Yeah.
So how do you spell that? Is that like
Ian.
AX, 3N,
No.
4Q?
No.
Five.
AXXEN.
I don't know if he was
Was A
born in
squared.
Utah County.
Oh, he was
lived
born.
in-
Okay, he just lived in
he
Utah.
just
Okay. Oh,
moved there. So his kids are named stuff like that, but he's A-L-L-E-N.
You're like, hey, what's your
Old
name?
English spelling.
Michael. It's MYKF. The
Antarctica X.
/37.
Backslash and forth. Oh boy.
Anyways, halftime, baby. We're in between games. We got through the Houston one. It's been exciting. Thanks for coming on this ride for us. With us, not for us.
Or for us.
And let's
Maybe you
let's,
came for us.
Let's flip the page.
You stayed
And-
for the copy.
I did.
Nice.
Thank-
Oh,
So-
you already flipped my page?
I flipped mine.
What?
You guys got to be
What's
careful what
going
you're
on?
flipping in here.
McMath didn't play.
Yeah, we're gonna have to flip to the other thing.
Oh, man,
Oh,
we gotta
because-
fire the secretary.
In the
know.
You know,
second half.
like,
missed
does the
one
secretary
thing.
actually pay attention to the game?
So, who's your player of the game for the first game?
Oh, dude.
Who gets your orange slice?
I'm going to go first, and I'm going to say Ojeda.
And Ojeda gets your orange slice, and why?
For that ice-cold goal, and just the way he's been playing. The guy, he's the
Unsung hero.
unsung hero, and he is the key to the midfield. Love Anelli, although Anelli's kind of, they talked about him not feeling good in the last couple of games, and I think he may be in a little bit of a slump. But Ojeda
in the
is
Atlanta game.
rock solid.
In the Atlanta game, they said that his numbers are way down.
Anelli.
Yeah, he's not winning as many balls. He's not completing as many passes. So they're like, maybe it's a sophomore slump because it's his second year.
Yeah.
And
What a crazy slump that he's playing that well.
Yeah.
Right, he's still playing well,
Yeah.
but they're giving more time to Palacio. But
Which is great because, I mean, what an expensive guy to have just sitting on the bench. $2 million. I think that was what it was.
yeah,
I think Palacio starts the next game.
could be. We'll see.
I would I would drive to Wendover just like Quentin Johnson.
Oh boy.
I'll be
I would put money on Palacio starting next game.
more good on you.
Who was yours, Brennan?
Honestly, I don't don't rightly know.
Okay.
I mean, the obvious one I think is Luna, once again. I'm loving the way he's playing the ground. He's not doing like the loft the ball, try something. I mean, he did have quite a bit of touches that were a little showboaty that didn't connect very well, especially in the next game, the one we're going to talk about. But his goal really set us up for success. So I'm going to give it to Luna.
Good. Well, I'll go to the back line then, and I'll pick a Mr. Bodie Hidalgo.
I was hoping you were going to say Oviedo.
Hey, either one. I think they're both very deserving. Playing out of position, playing center backs, playing with each other when things are not great, and you got split open in the 8th minute, and Ailuk just walked through and just cracked one right in there. Just put it right where nobody's looking, and what are you guys laughing about?
You do it on purpose.
Yeah,
So-
you did.
But other than that, Hidalgo and Oviedo played a very solid game. Very solid together. The center back pairing, they were tight, they were consistent. You just got to keep Bodie and Oviedo in the middle. Just quit. Don't pretend you're Marcelo Silva and you cannot run outside to cover those guys. Just pretend that somebody else is going to cover it and stay in the center.
That's funny you say that because in this next game, they actually swap Hidalgo out of the center and move him to the right side
Yeah.
because Quentin can't do the right side,
Yeah.
which is tough.
Yeah, it reminds me of when Brody got played out of that game against Kansas City
yeah,
last year.
Oh,
He
dude.
was just getting abused by Tommy. He could not stop him.
They moved him to the left.
Yeah.
They legitimately just go to the other side. Dude.
You know, let's try midfield on the other side. Maybe they won't know you're gone.
Just hang out by McMath, man. Just hang out there.
Oh, we
you're
switched to
gonna
a
end up
back
there.
5. That was it. That's what Pablo said in the post game. I was like, thanks for covering for your boy, but he was getting abused. Anyway,
All right, so
center back pairing out of place, and we still won.
well, let's jump to Atlanta.
Let's do it.
Okay. One thing. Oh.
That's
Ooh,
loud
that is
laughing.
Awful.
Yeah, that's brutal. Don't push C.
So, no, fun fact. McMath was supposed to start. Something happened. We don't know. They changed their mind during the Atlanta game.
Really?
He was set. So, like, even when we got the papers in the press box, it had McMath as the starting goalkeeper.
Really?
But Beavers got thrown in. So we started with Beavers, then Quentin, Hidalgo, Vera, and Catranes. Thank the Lord, if he even exists, that Vera
We got a center back.
got his visa all done. Then we got our tried and true Anelio Ojeda, Gomez, Crooks, and Luna, and Chicho. So our top 5 are still at the top. And our back line is a slight change with a more poised center back.
Wait. Didn't Quentin start against Atlanta?
Yeah.
He did, but he started on the right side. And then
He was a right back.
He was a
You
right
said
back.
Brody was in, right?
No.
I said Brody was in. I was looking at something else.
The rest of the
Carry
class is
on.
on page 2.
Oh, page 2. Thanks. I'm caught up again. Thanks
Yeah.
for allowing me on your podcast
and then-
anyway, guys.
Then we had McMath, Brody, Oviedo, Chang, Julio, Caliscan, Gozo, Palacio, and that dude Silva.
Dude Silva.
On the bench.
Tommy gun.
And my personal opinion, I'm a little perplexed.
Perplexed.
Yeah, I don't understand
Whatsoever.
why Brody is not in this position. There must be something that tactically or whatever is going on, and Brody's not going to be our right back, because I like seeing Hidalgo as a center back. And in this game, boy, was he good.
Yeah.
That was an impressive performance by Hidalgo. Nothing got past him, legitimately. Like, he had so many turnovers. It was insane. He was doing that little get right behind him and then drop one leg so you have like a bigger area to block. And he got like 3 or 4 takeaways. It was just really impressive. But it was a little bit of a shock that Quentin's out on the right there.
Well, we've got 4 games in a week, pretty much.
Yeah.
So you got this game on. This was Saturday, right? And then they've got a game on Wednesday, and they have a game on Saturday, and then they have another game the following, something like that. right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
We'll
let's
go
just
Saturday.
guess. Let's just guess.
Let's go. So we got a
and hopefully
Wednesday,
that
then we
provides
got a
all the good info.
I
Saturday.
have it right here. So
Then
Saturday.
Friday.
And then we got another Wednesday.
So we got the game Saturday, and
Saturday.
then Wednesday, and then Saturday.
and then Saturday again.
So I think they were trying to get
Just-
Brody get some rest and
Think
give
so?
Quentin a shot because they brought him in, and he played. He's a center back, but he did play in the back three on the right side. So supposedly, he should be able to handle it back there. But he has struggled. He seems like that right side has just been the weakest point for Real Salt Lake.
Well, they're asking a lot of the right side.
Well, and Atlanta plays with 3 forwards, right? That's kind of their setup. That's Rios in the middle, Silva on the left, and Sava on the right, whatever that dude's name was.
Yeah, they were rocking a 5-3-2, which is a little weird. I didn't
Well,
know
this
Atlanta.
one says 3-4-3, but I mean, I think it's situational.
Well, yeah,
offense or defense, but
Brooks Lennon was wanting to move up quite aggressively, but every time you would see it on the field, if you watched it from the side, they were setting up with a
Yeah.
5-man back.
yeah,
waiting for
same thing with
opportunity.
Wiley, right? He's the guy who is going to the Olympics.
Oh, yeah.
Wiley. He did not have a great game against us, but he's very athletic, very quick, very punctual. He's
He
good
shows
at
up on time?
He's good at arriving at the right time in the box. But he did not do that against us. In fact, against us, start the game off, Ojeda slips a ball through McCarty's legs.
Oh,
And
yes.
Just
Oh.
and Luna, I don't know what he was doing on the right side because Luna in the formation is on the left, but he was overlapping and he made the run out to the right and just lobbed a ball in. And Arango was there, but he was kind of like
Just
he
ahead of
had
it.
to slow down to get back to it. And Crooksy just arrived
Timed it
right on
perfectly.
time and put it right in the corner. And I was like, Matty!
Yeah, he had a lot of time. He had a lot of time to kick that ball.
He had no
And-
time at all,
And
but
luckily
it
he was
arrived
able to
on
connect it
time.
in. Yeah.
So that's the hardest thing though, is when people are like, and I used to have a coach that would say this, be there! Oh, I'm supposed to be everywhere, coach? Like, that's the dumbest thing to say. And one time I kind of pulled him aside and asked him, I was like, why do you just yell, be there, when they just kick the ball across the field like that? Like, I'm just supposed to magically guess where he's kicking the ball? And my coach was like, no, I just want you to try your hardest to get there. And I'm like, but if I'm nowhere near the ball can go a lot of places I am not. Tell him to cross it better. Anyway, so
Just a 16-year-old kid trying to have this high intellectual conversation with his coach.
yeah, and my
Coach, can you
coach
just
is,
level with me.
and
here,
I'm like,
man?
Coach, like, I know you didn't really play soccer growing up, and
He was your coach?
Yeah.
no, but he might as well have been. But he had all these weird ideas about soccer, and he couldn't kick the ball straight, so it was hard to give him a lot of cred. You know what I mean? Like if Ronaldinho is teaching you how to control the ball and play around with the ball, then
And evade taxes?
You're gonna listen,
Yeah.
and evade taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good at that kind of thing, right? But if a guy that never played, got his art degree, he's the guy trying to teach you how to kick straight, and he's like, not like this, and he toe pokes it. You're like, I don't even know where to start with you, coach. Please
Yeah.
don't yell that anymore.
Well, not to put anybody down that hasn't played.
Right.
Because it's a...
You can still be a fan.
You can absolutely be a fan.
Definitely.
But it's
All are
hard-
welcome.
Yeah, it's just hard
Everyone.
to be, nitpicky about the game. And,
Especially crosses and
tactics.
arriving on time.
Yeah, because you gotta have that split-second mindset.
Whew.
You gotta be in there.
Yeah.
You got to be there.
You gotta be there.
Just be there.
You know,
Be there.
that's
Just
actually a
magically
great thing.
show up in the right
Just
spot.
be there.
No.
So
Tell him to kick it better. But Luna puts it on a silver platter, and Crooksy just passes it right by our stunned
He just
friend, Brad Guzan.
Zoinks! And then he was off and cheering, and we're up 1-0 early.
yeah, I love the way Crooks makes his runs. I think the team's starting to adjust to him because he's not frenetic, and I think
He's not frenetic.
Yeah, it's not chaotic.
Frenetic.
Frenetic. He's
Oh,
not
not
running
what's-
around with like a chicken with his head cut off.
Oh.
Oh.
He's precise in his runs, and his timing is so different. The game is different. I've been thinking about this a lot this week, about Crooks and Major League Soccer, because in other areas, the game is it's faster, but it's slower. Right? People make different runs. They possess the ball, but MLS, it's always so frenetic. They're always trying to go forward. Just go forward, go forward,
Why
go
can't you
forward,
just be
go
more
forward.
transparent? You love him.
I do.
You have a thing for him.
I do.
because
I
he's British.
like him.
If you could pick
Yeah,
one
like
son,
him. Oh, you put him in the like category.
if you could
Oh,
pick a
that's
son to be on the team, your son would be
Matt Crooks.
okay. And who would your son be, Brennan?
good. You'd be playing tennis.
Who's my son on the team?
Jerica.
Eric,
No.
Eric Holt.
Eric Holt. No.
Yeah, but Holt's been injured too much, so I had to adopt Hidalgo. He's
That's your
adopted.
boyfriend, man.
Yeah.
That's not your son.
No way, dude. He's
No,
way too young.
I think he has a late arriving run. And Chicha was already there. He steals the ball from Chicha. Chicha was a little too far forward.
It's all right. Chicho did it to him a couple times too, right?
He
Yeah.
was there, though.
Because
So
he arrived
it
on
was-
time.
Yeah, it was a lovely run and a lovely goal. And then after that, it was like all Atlanta.
Yeah, weird, right? Like all of a sudden we're like,
Well-
this game's gonna be easy. 44 seconds
So-
in, and we're up on 0.
Watching this game, you see Gomez is gassed incredibly early. He is out of shape. He's not tracking back. It's exposing the right side, and I think that's why Quinton got exposed pretty early in this game. But
Because because he kept looking for that ball up the line, and nobody
nobody
was
was
there.
giving it to him. But also, they were running 5 guys in the back, and we were just pressing with 2 or 3.
Right.
And nobody was connecting. Nobody was doing the Luna, start it through him and then he dishes it out. It was honestly like 30 minutes of just us doing nothing. Like we possessed the ball for I think it was about 3 minutes straight of doing nothing.
And here's the thing. Out of all the players on the field, maybe McMath doesn't love the ball at his feet a lot, but I think he's comfortable. But Philip Quinton does not love the ball at his feet.
No.
He's not a long ball passer like Glad and our boy.
Vera.
Vera's a great long ball passer. But that's not his strength. He wants someone to come to him for little passes, which is fine. But that's when we got caught in possession, was when Quinton was on the right wing. And it happened to Crooks on the goal. He got caught on the wing and pressured and then gave the ball away. And it was like nobody was coming to the corner. So it was Gomez's side, whether he was switched with somebody else or not. But I think the pivots, the double pivots, one of them should be showing too. So there's always 2 potential passes.
Right.
And I think that's why the double sub came was, okay, Quinton, you can't hold on in these tight spaces. We're going to sub you at halftime. I know I'm already at halftime, sorry. And then we subbed also Anelli at halftime.
Well, and Quinton also caught the ball with the side of his head one time.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That
He
was
did catch that cross
straight
right
to
in
the cranium.
Yeah, he tried to duck it a little bit, but it looked like he took it right on the schnoz.
And Atlanta,
Because
Atlanta
schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Okay. Is that where they get their flavor from your
Yeah.
schnoz?
You
Schnoz.
get nothing. Anyway,
Oh boy.
I thought Atlanta did what I expected other teams to do to RSL the last few games with the makeshift back line and press them.
Yeah.
They just put pressure on RSL, and RSL couldn't figure it out. Luna and Crooks and Anelli and Ojeda could not figure it out. They just gave up the midfield, and it was the one word I would describe: sloppy. It was the sloppiest I think they've played all season. It was
And a half.
and a half. It was it was
Because it's a tell of 2 halves in this one, Brant. You can say it.
No, I'm not gonna. No,
No, not gonna.
no, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna. Anyway, they were just
It's
awful.
a tell of
sloppy.
2 Batmans then.
But also, Beavers was quite uncomfortable because they were pressing
Oh.
him, and he was the
Yeah.
little stutter steps he was doing.
And is he left-footed?
No, he's right.
Right. So when he goes and clears it with his left foot, is he just kind of practicing, trying to show off for the scouts? What's he doing?
I don't know.
That's when he gives the ball away, is when he clears it with his left foot. When you have time and space, you go to your strong foot. I get putting it on your wrong foot because I used to play like this. When I would play midfield, on purpose, I would put the ball in my left foot so that people would think I was left-footed. But when I wanted to kick a long ball, I have no good left foot long ball at all. So I
Really?
would flip it to my right, and then it was a good setup to get me space to see better angles and play the ball upfield. But I couldn't do anything with my left foot, but they always guarded me on my left when I put the ball on my left. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my question
So-
to you would be like, how did the scouts feel about that? Like, did that hinder
So back
your
then,
ability?
I don't think I saw a single scout ever scouting me.
Really?
No, like I was
The-
not on a
In
scouting
1993, 1994,
No,
Hunter High.
92, 93.
Oh,
Close,
92.
though. You
92,
almost nailed it.
93.
Yeah.
Hunter High School
Uh-huh.
Wolverines.
Yep.
All-star team with Tyler Thomas and the Nitty Gritty Band.
Yep.
No scouts.
No scouts. I
No
don't think we were
opportunity.
ever.
You think they would have been
scouted.
all over it because Major League, it was the World Cup was coming
World
up.
Cup was there.
We did play
The
Alta
MLS,
once.
they were-
He
you
played Alta?
We played
I mean,
Alta
Alta
in the state
is-
playoffs, and there were a bunch of scouts there.
Really?
But they were all there to see the other team, and we just kind of grinded out a almost win, but we ended up losing.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was a tie late into the game, and they just nicked a goal. I think is what they did. Yeah,
Nick to go.
yeah, they just
Well,
nicked one in the
Mortal victory right there.
yeah.
Mark that
But
down.
they went on to win state, 92, Alta, and they beat everybody else by multiple goals, and they barely beat us by one.
Yeah.
So we felt good about that.
Moral victory.
Mortal victory. Yeah, we stayed alive. Yep, we were alive the next day. It was a mortal victory.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this was headed.
Beavers keeps playing it with his left foot. He doesn't need to.
This
Stop
was
it.
headed for a moral victory for somebody, but to RSL that first half, I just could not believe how bad they were playing.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
And they kind of fell into bad habits too. Maybe it's because, Vera was back, but they just kept passing around the backside. They abandoned the midfield. It's like, oh, these guys are cramming the midfield. We're just not going to go through the middle.
Well, and Atlanta kind of dared them to just hold it back there. They were kind of sitting back in almost like a mid-low block, and just
They were locking down the middle channel, and Ojeda and Nelly did not do enough to change it up.
in the first half. Yeah.
Yeah, fully in the first half. There was no movement through the middle. But I don't even really.
So
remember
Atlanta
this.
got a ton of chances.
Yeah, we were
They
lucky.
had chances. They hit the post. Like Beavers clears it with his
Oh,
left foot
dude.
for no reason.
Right.
It goes right to them. They come right down. 2 passes later, they're in the goal and they head it at the frame. And Beavers probably wasn't in great position, trying to recover to that right post, but the guy just put it wide. So that was nice. And then Quentin, giving it away, just passing it right back to Ojeda, who wasn't coming to the ball, or not a great move there. But then they missed their shot from inside the.
Side netting.
Yeah, from the inside the box, and then
And
Crooks gives it away, and that's where they got their goal. Caleb Wiley wins it, plays it back inside. Sava hits it, gives it back. The old give and go in the box just to free up space, and
It was coming.
yeah, it was. And to be fair, Vera and Hidalgo both had a pretty decent shot at it and didn't close it down, and it was a good goal.
I thought Beavers could have done a better job on it too.
Well, he didn't jump to the right. Like once, like you can tell when they showed the replay from behind the goal, he was really stuck on that near post. He hadn't hopped over to the middle yet.
Yeah.
Because I think he might have got to it had he hopped real quick when the ball came back to the middle, but he didn't make that first decisive hop. And there were guys blocking the shots to his right, but his left is where they finished.
Exposed,
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of things there. A lot of just pretty closes.
Yep.
It was a good goal for Atlanta. And, great offense beats good defense almost every time. So, good goal for them. Just like the IU goal against Houston. Very similar, except IU didn't have to give and go. He just kind of ran by Brody.
Yeah.
So,
But
this-
good first half. We held them to a 1-1, which is great. And
then
Yeah,
we gave up one more right before half. Another decent chance in the 45th plus. Good effort from them, and Beavers knocks it out for a corner. Then we had to clear the corner, but we got to halftime. And good thing we did too, right? 'Cause
Yeah, we
made
were
the
lucky
subs.
to be 1-1 at halftime.
Yeah.
And I think we didn't talk about it when we were talking about the lineup. One of the reasons I think Quentin also got the start is that Atlanta sucks.
Well,
They're in 10th place.
they're not playing DPs, right? So their DPs
They're out of
were
DPs.
Giacomakis.
He's in Cruz Azul.
They already sold him on because he was complaining and whining this season that he wasn't getting the ball enough. And last year he was their leading scorer, and he's a big baby. So they sent him to Mexico.
To unbabyfy him. And then they
He
sent
grew up a little in Mexico.
did.
I mean, we all grow up.
Yeah, on the streets
So
of
happens.
Mexico, everybody grows up. You know what I mean?
And they
It's a
sent
hard
there.
place to
Been there.
learn, but you know.
Diego Almada. They
You
shipped
know.
him off to Botafogo, or whatever it is. Botafogo.
What the fuck? What?
Yeah, and
Mofongo?
In Spain?
Wasakaka confrito?
Yes.
no, I think it's the
Beefsteak.
Brazilian side.
Oh, with the sell-on clause.
Probably, yeah. But
But it's weird because that's not usually like. Those are similar leagues to MLS, right? Now you might argue with me and say the Brazilian league's better,
Who argues with
Then
you?
MLS.
Tyler? Nobody argues with
but Mexico is a league on par, top to bottom, with MLS. Not if you take the top clubs in Mexico, they're better than our top clubs.
Yeah.
But as a top to bottom, 1 through 20.
conglomerate
Yeah.
all together.
But they have a pyramid and other stuff too.
They,
Yeah,
they don't do pro rel right now. They froze pro.
They frozed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was talking
Yeah.
to one of my friends that's
He's
from
an ice
there.
cream vendor.
No, he's from there.
Yeah, he sells ice cream. That guy,
No, another guy.
the guy that tries to freeze everything. That guy? Not that guy. Oh,
no,
okay.
not Mr. Freeze.
Oh.
Arnold.
Oh,
And he-
no.
no, they talked about promotion relegation. One of the reasons they froze it is because when their teams would get relegated, the owners would just buy the team that was coming up and rebrand it as the team that went down. Something like that. So, I don't know if that's the case, but that's kind of what he said. Because I was talking to them about Veracruz, Tiburones Rojos, that is no longer.
Tiburones. The Red Sharks.
Yeah. Oh, Veracruz. So we go into the half
That's
with
the
1-1.
sound that Red Sharks make.
Have you ever been bitten by a shark?
No, not a red one.
They're like, literally, what's that cat? Oh, my arm's gone.
And just so you know, there were 4 shark attacks over the weekend.
It's very hard because when it opens its mouth to meow, there's a lot of water. So it's just, Yeah, there was.
There
was a lot of
And
sharks.
may all of the people recover from the shark attacks. That we're not making fun of that.
But if you watch Jaws backwards, it's a heartwarming story about a shark that gives people their legs back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't that sweet?
It's very sweet. But yeah, so don't go into any sort of ocean within about 6 feet of water.
Yeah,
Even that is.
The
Yeah, 'cause
one
now
was
it's-
like 6 feet, right? Like
No, it was actually like 4 feet. Like it
Dang.
was not even like to where it breaks. Like
yeah. So stay out of the ocean.
Yeah,
Go
that
to
Hawaiian dude, that
Alaska.
surfer, a lifeguard, actor dude, he got sharked up good.
The Rock.
No, another guy. Can't remember his name, but just a
The
couple weeks
Rock's
ago,
not Hawaiian.
eaten.
he got
killed.
eaten.
Killed, yeah, by a shark.
Wow.
No way.
Yep.
Yeah, we got.
They're
Breaking
crafty
news
too, because
by
when
Brant.
you're on the beach, there was one that had a donut. It's like, come here. And I was like, I'm not going in there.
Come
I don't
on,
believe you.
don't do
That's
it.
not a real donut.
I have no idea where you're at right now, Brett.
We're at halftime.
But let's go
We're at
back
halftime.
to
They say
the
sharks
Real
are
game.
sneaky. They have all these ways to lure you.
And they're liars too, just like bunnies.
Dude,
bunnies
it
are
is so-
liars.
Have you seen somebody get like eaten by a shark?
It's no fun.
No.
Because you're just
Why
like,
would I
it's
hang
like,
out and
especially
watch
the one
someone
in
get
Turkey.
eaten by a
The one in
shark?
Turkey has like
Are
destroyed.
you talking like video?
Yeah.
You guys watch that
No.
stuff?
Yeah, I had to.
I can't.
I
dude.
had to. Somebody sent it to me because they know I'm like terrified of sharks, and I watched the entirety, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's how it happened."
Do you watch Shark Week every week on?
No, I don't.
Discovery?
I hate it so much because
They have it like
do you know,
every other month.
Do you know the one that they always show? The
I
one
do
where
not.
they're in South Africa and it's the
Okay.
great white sharks and they tow like a pretend seal behind the boat that's on top of the water. And every year they get this
Just
14 to
attack it.
20 foot great white shark that comes up, breaks the water, flops up like a dolphin, and then comes back down. And I can't do that. I can't do it.
So The Meg is your least favorite movie?
The Meg was awful.
What
I
about
watched
The Meg
it.
2?
The Meg 2 was even worse. What is
What about Sharknado?
Sharknado? That was hilarious.
What about Sharknado 3? That was even better.
I didn't even. see
Land
that.
Before Sharks.
Land sharks.
All right,
Land
back
sharks.
to the real game.
I'm just glad Blake Lively's still alive. So,
Yes.
because I was worried.
Did you ever see the land shark skits on Saturday Night Live? That's way back in the day.
Oh, okay.
So
It's hilarious.
in the 54th minute.
So, anyways, so we come back from halftime. I'm pretty
And
sure
things
Oliver and the
changed.
gang wants us to get back.
yes,
on.
the
Get back
previously mentioned subs, Brody came.
Came in for Quentin, and then we got Palacio for Nelly. Smart or not smart?
I thought it was genius.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I agree. I was expecting they had to make some changes because it was just like I said, it was the worst played half they played all year.
Yeah, and I think Coach was looking at Caleb Wiley and his positioning, and he was like, he is not getting up that much, and we're not giving him that much, and Brody's going to stay home anyway, so who cares if he's faster than Brody? We're going to keep our guys home. We're going to stay home. We're going to stick in there defensively, and we're going to have our midfield bro up, and we're going to take it at them. And that's what we did.
Now, Palacio he may be a little more defensive-minded, but he's more offensive-minded than Anelli.
Yeah, and he's a little bigger, and he's got more of a shot.
Yeah, so I thought Palacio and Ojeda, they really...
But he's not as much of a dog, you know?
Yeah. He's not a dog, and he likes to be behind the action. He likes to be behind it.
And then Nelly likes to be in the middle of it.
He likes to disrupt, and that's what's really impressive about him.
Yeah.
But they worked well. RSL kind of took the midfield back.
Yeah, they came back with an identity again.
Yep.
And
which was nice. It was nice to see us kind of take over it. And at the end of the game, we had 62% possession. We didn't at halftime.
No.
And the odds of us winning, if you listen to those at all,
such a good strike,
are funny. But you know,
if that goes in, that's a solid.
Ojeda with the stinger in the 54th minute just pinged it off the post, and then Luna with the follow was so funny. It was like he just let it hit him, and it went out. And then right after that, we got a corner, and then I just want to pause it right here and talk about this goal.
Okay.
In the 58th minute, 58-23.
Forward.
Mr. Ojeda, the ball comes in, and from a corner, and initially it's won by Chicho, right? And then it hits Miles Robinson and pops up. And if you were just watching on TV or you had a weird spot in the stadium,
a loose ball, you think it was just a loose ball?
You thought it was a loose ball and it popped over to him and he just swung?
No, don't.
But no, he on the replay, you go watch this. He takes it off. It hits Miles Robinson's chest, right? He blocks it down. Not Miles Robinson, the other one, that guy. Yeah, he takes a touch and then spins and puts it right in the corner. Williams, yeah.
Yeah, Williams.
Williams. It used to be Williams and Robinson were the center backs for Atlanta last year, but Robinson went to Cincinnati. But it just pings off his chest, which that's what you do. You play big, you block stuff. But he took it and he poked it with his toe.
Lifted it up.
Lifted it to the right side and smashed it into the corner. The only better assist wasn't to himself, but if you go watch the LA game, the guy goes by a defender like that. The ball comes out to the right back and he pops it up and just runs right by the defender and passed it to himself right over his head, and then squares it, and they scored, and that was a game-winning goal for LA in their game.
Wow.
And that was only slightly more impressive than this because he did it to himself off a corner kick, spinning, moving, and gets his second goal in a row for Mr. Brian Ojeda.
Couldn't have happened to a better guy.
Yeah, he took it away from Crooks, who was swinging away at it. And Chicho was right there, too.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
just a few minutes later.
Okay, yeah, we got to talk about this. So we were in the press box, and we're talking about it, and I'm noticing that Catranis is playing out wide with Chicho on this set play.
Yeah, because Catranis is messing with Brooks. He starts talking to him.
Well,
right?
they're also, like, Brooks is getting heated with Luna, too, which is also another side thing.
Yeah.
But during this set piece, Chicho is like, switch with me. Like, you can tell that Chicho's going to play the outside, and Brooks sees it, but then because Catranis was all up in his biz, Brooks... Lennon just doesn't care and just guards Catranis.
Yeah.
And once again, our star player just has open space.
It's because he noticed that it was zonal marking.
Yeah.
And he's like, set a screen. This is, I mean, they do this, right? They see zonal marking, and they're like, all right, boom, we're going to cover the outside. Catranis is going to go get into Brooks, and he does it, and then Chicho just...
swings out, puts it far post, and just...
And you could see it come the whole way if you're on that side of the stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you were like, dude, here it comes.
Wait,
and Luna lobs it in there.
Honestly, I'm like, why are people letting this happen?
Who's guarding Chicho?
Yeah, like that should be, like, it's like the Jazz playing the Bulls. Like, who's guarding Michael Jordan? Like,
right?
Why are we putting Russell on him? That doesn't make any sense.
Get Mark Eaton back!
Mark Keaton. I used to have a bobblehead of him, and I was like, who is this dude?
It's the worst bobblehead ever, dude. It was 7 feet tall.
Well, that's what they handed out at the Junior Jazz back in the day. They're like, oh, we got a lot of surplus.
Oh my
Mark
gosh,
Eaton.
that's great. A Mark Eaton
Well, also too, I
bobblehead.
think they expect Chicho to be in the middle. He spends a lot of time in the middle, and then all of a sudden
He's
swings
sneaky,
out.
man. He's sneaky. I'm
he
telling
swings
you.
out wide, and literally nobody within 5 feet of him.
Yeah, and I love the fact that Brooks Lennon is the person who was supposed to be guarding the outside guy, and Katranis ran over and just messed with him. Just so funny. And then he was just a step late, recovering to try to guard Chicho. And poor Brooksy, you know, he has one of the best names in all of soccer. Brooks Lennon. He sounds like he's straight out of a Beatles movie, you know? Like his kid's kid or something, you know?
And he's a good player.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
I think both Brooks
Brooksy.
Lennon and Aaron Herrera are better right backs than we have at the moment.
But if we could
But-
play our right back at right back, maybe Brody's a good enough right back at right back, then he doesn't have to play center back at right back
And you don't have to say right back again.
so many times.
And then I think after that goal, I think Atlanta kind of turned off.
You
A
think
little
so?
bit.
The
It's a
second
little-
goal at 77th minute, yeah.
A
Oh.
little bit after the Chicho goal.
They kind of sat back still, and we were content to just pass it around
And
and play. And
Yeah, and then the Katranis goal comes up next. They kind of turned off because that's the second goal where who's marking the guy?
yeah, and again Luna with the assist.
He
Again,
had
Luna
3
with the
assists in this
assist.
game.
Yeah, and it's just a corner, but they're smart enough to be, hey guys, look, if there's nobody at the top of the box and Katranis is sitting back there, boy, come up and smash that. And he did, and the fun part is, it looked like he just put it right in the corner, but on replay,
You got a little.
yeah, dude clipped it off his noggin. He jumped to block it, and it just skimmed off his head and put it right in the corner, which,
But then-
too bad for that guy, but the shot was on frame, so Katranis gets the goal.
Yeah, and I think this second goal kind of by Atlanta really worries me.
Well, it's RSL 2 years ago.
Well, it's RSL without center backs.
RSL without center backs, but also the one thing I've been harping on, the only thing I think that is really going to undermine, scuttle this season for us is injuries and fatigue. And they got up 4-1 and they kind of shut off.
But this is what happens when you go for it, and you go for the 5th goal, you go for the 6th goal, right? Is your center backs slide apart, and then Hidalgo thinks that everybody's with him. That's why he puts his hand up. He's like, no, my team's always with me. But Oviedo
Right.
slid back,
No.
and Brody was with Oviedo, and so he was onside by 2 guys. And then, it wasn't really attacked by Beavers. He
Yeah, I
probably
wonder
could have attacked that a little bit more.
Yeah, I think he could have punched that out if he's still
That
learning.
McMath, I would think that's him. He's reading the guy running in, and he's trying to punch it.
Yeah, as soon as the cross comes in, you see where it's going. Like,
Don't wait for
it's
it.
in the 6, go get it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and that's the worst when you're a center back and your keeper doesn't come when it's in the 6.
Okay, I'm glad you finished that. I thought you were gonna pause there. I was
What?
like, oh,
Dude, what
Don't
are you
pause.
talking about? You got to come out and get that, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
So it's 4-2, and I thought, all right, maybe Atlanta's going to come out. But RSL just did not stop. Another game, we should have had 7 or 8 goals in both these games.
Yeah, and they try to pull back Oviedo or Ojeda in the middle, and he just plays the ball right down center field for Julio, who just walks in and misses.
On the right side.
Yeah, and then Chang, I love how he gets the assist here on this last goal. And, it puts a big punctuation on Luna saying, you know what, guys, I'm good enough.
To
And
be
doggone
in-
it, people like me.
yeah,
No. Good job.
Yeah, I'm really
Diego.
surprised that they didn't.
We
put him
love
in the
ya.
Big team. It's just, I mean, they only have
It's silly.
18. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know what their reason. I've heard
He's in such good form.
Hercules Gomez was going off on.
Oh, yeah, did you see that clip on ESPN?
He's going
about
off
that?
on. Oh, he's
You
not a
never
team.
deny a call up.
Yeah.
Even if you're an alternate, you just go and do your best. And even Ali Krieger was kind of getting on him. And I'm like, you never know. He might be, Juventus might be on the clock for this guy. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah, like,
they
he's
might be
gotta
willing
play.
to pay $10 million for this kid.
He has
You
to
never
play.
know. You never know. And if he goes away for a tournament, misses 3 or 4 games,
But also, it shows that he wants to be a part of this team. Like, he shows that he's here for the team.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the U.S. is cool and all, but realistically, this is his bread and butter. Like, this is what's going to make him a better player.
But also, if you have ambitions to go to the next level, you probably want to accept call-ups and not be sassy about it. And I don't know if he was sassy about it, but
Well, they didn't call him into
kinda-
camp. They didn't call him. They were
Right.
expected to call him into camp, and they don't call him in, and he's just gone crazy.
yeah, there must be something with the coach. There must have been somewhere in there where he didn't like something that was said, or somebody,
Somebody got hurt.
And honestly, it took him a little while to adjust to being here at Real Salt Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Now
he's flourishing.
he's thinner, he's more fit. Like, if you look at his
Oh,
physique,
he's able to run farther and
he's
longer.
running more.
he's quicker,
He is quicker. Like, all those things are working in his favor.
and he's been out and letting people know he's been working on
He's upstairs.
the mental part of the game,
Yeah.
and he looks. I would have told him to pound sand too.
Who?
The U.S. It's like, hey, you don't want me to come in, but you want me to come in and practice with you and maybe get on the team. Yeah, I would have. After there's
Yeah,
obviously
it's a tough one.
stuff going behind the scenes.
But yeah, if there's something pending where he's potentially going to Europe or something, hey, and you don't want to lose that. You don't think the Olympics is going to be this grand stage, which it hasn't been in the past for the
U.S. has just
honestly.
been awful.
Anyone that's ever played in the Olympics for the United States has never been like, oh, that guy's totally discovered. Well, let's go to Europe and start him on Man United like that.
No.
That story has never, ever happened. So for all those guys on ESPN to kind of go at him for that, I'm like, why? No career's ever been made from America in the Olympics. So.
Was it the last U21 or where it was tournament that he played in, the World Cup or whatever it was?
Yeah, the U20 World Cup.
He was one of the best players.
Yeah, him and that San Jose kid that got sold to Mexico.
Caleb Cole or whatever his name
Caleb, yeah,
is. Yeah.
whatever that guy's name is
He's
with
a
the cool long
Chivas or
hair.
something.
Him and his brother.
Oh.
Cole, kind of a bigger dude. Plays
But didn't he
forward.
go to Chivas?
Yeah, he played for San Jose. Yeah, not Kalen Carr, not Caleb Carr, not Kalen Carr, not Caleb Wiley.
So yeah, like I said, if you're going to
We'll just guess 8 names and none of them are right, but everybody on the other end
Are
is
we
like,
still talking
come
about
on! Yeah.
yeah,
There's
so
still. Oh,
Well, we got to talk about Luna's final touch here.
yeah, it was very nice because he chested the ball, the pass comes in,
He chested it really high, though.
chested
I'm
it
sure
really
that
high.
made him nervous.
but he also didn't. He took it off the bounce.
yeah, and he also smacked it towards the ground too, which is just a veteran move.
Yeah, that was
Like,
such
he's
a
such a
just
good
pressing,
Chang
finish.
sends it
pressing
in.
that ball down.
It is
His
a little
first
high.
touch is not great, but the center backs aren't stepping; they're trying to block, which I hate that for center backs. You want to rush the ball, but they didn't, and he takes that touch down, kicks it into the ground, like Brandon said, which is a pro move to not sky it over the top, which is what most people end up doing in a situation like that.
Yeah.
You rush it because you know the ball. You got to hurry to get there, and so you usually rush your shot. But if you're patient and let it come down, you always
Get a better
seem
look.
to do better. And that's why, by default, if you kick it down, you have a better chance of it staying under the bar.
So now
There you go, kids. There's
There-
your quick lesson of the day.
there is a very big thing that happened in this game, which we're about to watch. For the first time,
In forever?
probably in forever,
Yeah.
the person passing the ball to Anderson Julio is offsides.
What? It wasn't Julio?
Julio was not offsides.
Julio was behind the ball the whole way?
Julio was behind the ball.
The whole way?
Who is this guy?
That was a great finish, too.
Julio onside Anderson.
I love it.
I love it. I want more of it. But come on, Chang.
Oh,
Come on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Chang was 3 steps off when they played that ball in.
But a
And
good
he
showing
finished,
altogether
yeah.
by Chang, which was really nice seeing him come in. He's no longer, like, oh crap, Chang is in, which
Well-
we have said, which is probably not good.
Yeah, and Barajas leaving kind of opened up his spot back on for some spot playing time. So, good for him. Barajas leaving, though. We didn't talk about that, did we?
No, we haven't brought that up.
Barajas left? What?
He
Say
left.
it ain't so.
Million with the Chivas.
Sorry, you have to go to Chivas.
Yeah, that's gotta suck.
Oh yeah, he's playing with that guy. That
Mhm.
one guy with
The
with the hair.
Caleb Clark
From
Clemenian.
yeah,
Cardamon.
The guy from San Jose.
San Jose, that guy with the long
Yeah.
hair. Yeah.
Yeah, not
The
Espinosa,
kid.
the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy.
He has a brother too that
Yeah,
plays.
he does.
Yeah,
He's got family.
yeah, he got a
He's
Mexican
I think
passport.
He has a
They're not from
mom and
Utah.
dad too.
He's not from Utah. Though.
He's not from Utah?
No, he's from California.
Oh, he's from Cali.
Yeah, he's a Cali kid.
That's okay.
Yeah, good job.
So RSL ends up winning 5-2. It should have been 7-8.
Could have.
Same with the Houston score. So two great results in different ways. In the first game with Houston, they pretty much dominated the game and almost gave up 2 points with to Houston,
Mm-hmm.
even though they dominated the game. And then this Atlanta game,
Was
where
it
the
complete-
second half was
Complete turnaround.
The first half was some of the sloppiest play that you've seen RSL play for a long, long time. And they do have some upcoming games.
Really? They
Yeah.
do.
Oh,
Is it
wow.
like,
Talking about-
a
so-
Saturday and then a Wednesday and then another Saturday?
Yeah, so this Saturday, they're all 3 away games. And it's going to
Do
be...
not go to the Riot and hope that there's a game for the rest of the month.
No, go there because they're going to have the games on the big screen. Just tell them that... no, I was kidding.
Tell them that Brant
Tell them that Dan
Goldball
Forn...
sent it to you.
Tell them Dan Forn said that you could watch the
You
game
can watch on the
big
grass.
screen. Tell 'em.
We need to get Dan.
Now they're going to Portland.
What
So
a
they
good
go to
guy.
Portland on Saturday. Then
Yep.
Wednesday, LAFC.
Midweek game in
Oh,
LA.
bro, a Wednesday game in
The
LA?
17th.
LAFC.
That is not good.
And then Saturday, Colorado. So 3. Portland is like in 5th or 6th. They're starting to come on.
Uh-huh.
LAFC is in 1st with us. We have the same amount of points, but they have 1 more victory. Their game against Houston was called up because they were pansies. They didn't want to
Apparently there was some hurricane.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a
What, a
hurricane.
little light
Winds are
wind,
like
huh?
60 knots. Or they measure wind in knots still?
I think
don't
so.
know.
I don't know. Knot measurements just make it sound
Well, how fast
scary.
is a braid?
Faster than a knot,
I guess.
I
yeah.
guess.
And then Colorado, obviously. At Colorado, the motivated, they're reformed. The Colorado team is probably going to be wanting to actually win something. Rocky Mountain Cup.
Yeah, they're an interesting team.
So I think there's going to be 3 big road games, and we'll find out what kind of team RSL wants to be.
If we can come out, if there's a way that we get 9 points out of these 3 games, we are going to be first in the West. No, I mean like from
I
then
agree.
on.
Yeah, if we
From
get
then
9
on, if we
points
get-
out of these next 3 games.
Like literally, like if we beat these 3 teams, we are the #1 team for the remaining of the season.
And then we have Atlas coming in for the
Ooh,
Leagues
the
Cup.
Leagues Cup.
Yeah, and that game is part of your season
So
ticket
much
package if you
soccer.
have one. If you do not have one, it's
Wait,
a separate
is that
ticket.
August?
August 1st.
August 1st is when it starts?
August 1, and that's the Atlas game. And guys, let's show up for real. Let's show up for that game. There's nothing worse than your team getting out cheered for in their own stadium. Come on,
Well, I'm gonna
man.
wear my Portland Timbers jersey. Just
Just
throw 'em
don't
off.
wear red and black, okay?
Don't wear red and black.
That's what Atlas is.
Oh yeah.
And this is Atlas Shrugged. So if you're a Democrat, get in there and
Did they finally
mess
get rid of
them
their
up.
goalie?
Atlas Shrugged.
No,
The guy holding up the world.
What's his name? The guy that's been their goalie for it seems like 2 centuries.
Memo Ochoa.
Yeah, that guy with the poofy hair.
I don't know. I really don't.
Gosh, dude, that guy
I
seemed
don't
like
know
he
much
was.
about Atlas except they're in Mexico.
Well, he was also like
And they're red and
the
black.
Mexican goalie for like
He's,
And look,
20 years.
They have a big A.
he's a great goalie.
yeah,
I like
he
Ochoa.
is.
But he likes to take cheap shots at people when they're celebrating goals.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't
he
remember that one?
No.
So
Mm,
that's what's coming up. 3 big games. I do agree with Brennan. If we can win all 3 of those, we are the odds-on favorite to win the West. Although LAFC has got Giroud coming in.
Giroud.
What a good-looking dude. Like I'm gonna say that with the straightest face
My
ever.
name is Olivier Giroud.
Like that guy has great hair. Like for
What, we
especially
need
for
more
his age.
Frenchies in the league with great hair? Really? That's
Well,
not enough
Chiellini
of
wasn't that great, so I mean,
Boanga's got great hair. He's
I don't.
He's
like
Frenchy.
Boanga's French.
Yeah, and Hugo Lloris.
Oh wow.
We got the Frenchy.
And the transfer
Is
window,
it
I think,
LAFC?
opens around July 24th, somewhere in there, 27th. So it'd be interesting to see with Barajas heading out if they're going to reinvest that money into the roster. We could use a DP.
Where do you
Years
think
two.
they go? What would you do with all that money?
I'd go to Colombia, and I would get some good guys there.
What kind of good guys?
Generally male, with
well, you know,
emphasis
James.
on
I
football.
saw the rumor about James RSL.
James?
James,
James. Yeah.
the Colombian guy.
James Rodriguez.
James Rodriguez. They call him James. He
Oh,
says,
yeah.
"Don't call me James," but his name says
Who
James.
does he play for right now?
I don't know. He
Yeah,
played
he's-
for Everton last in the Premier League. Last I saw him.
But he's been tearing up the Copa.
Was it in Colombia?
Yeah, Copa America.
There's
Yeah,
rumors that we're gonna get him,
Well, it just pops
Uh-huh.
up every once in a while. We had rumors of him a couple years ago.
and then also McKennie too.
McKinney.
No, that's yeah. The McKinney, I think, might end up in Cincinnati, and that's the rumor for there.
Well, I mean,
But we'll see. I think we could use another striker to give Chicho a break or work with Chicho. We could use a right back. We could definitely use a center back.
So if you had big money, where would you spend it? Second forward,
Oh yeah.
second defender.
No, second forward,
Second forward, and then a defender, and then a midfielder.
and then a midfielder.
Yeah, like as a backup, like a
Well, I
replacement
think-
for Barajas, a lefty midfielder.
Well, maybe more an offensive-minded, a little more two-way midfielder.
Yeah.
Because you've got some great players in Ojeda. Imagine if you had
Another Ojeda.
another Ojeda that was a little more offensive. With those two, maybe Palacio ends up being that guy. But I think center back is toss up, right? Do you have the firepower? Do you shore up your defense?
I would go the right back route
center back or right back.
because I ran into Glad at the end of the game when I was walking out,
You
and
did.
he was kind of like walking because he's like hobbling a little
With
bit.
a
I'm like,
limp?
dude, when are
Yeah.
you gonna be healed? And
Is
he's
that
like,
what you
soon. And then he would get on the elevator with Pablo Ruiz. And I was gonna say hi to Pablo, but then I remembered he doesn't really know English.
And then you said hola, and then he felt insulted, like you were speaking down to him.
Uh,
So that's what I always worry about. Like I speak Spanish, but I don't want to insult people if they're like, "Hey, I'm here and I'm trying to speak English," and I come in, "Hola, bro, come on, us, che," and he's like, "Dude, I'm Chilean, but I grew up in Argentina. Like, speak Chilean to me," and I'm speaking Argentine to him, which that's embarrassing.
yeah, all the time. Well, I always panic and say aloha, and that just totally ruins it.
And they're like, "Are you Hawaiian?" And then you're like, "No,
I meant hola.
no."
Aloha? No, all right. So, good things coming up for RSL. We'll see how they do the next 3 games. Time for a very quick, come on, Crowley update. Right? You guys are really interested?
Was that the update?
No, I won't belabor the point, but
You already did.
go too long. We had out of the 11 starters that were at Wembley just 7 short weeks ago, 8 of them have been shipped out. It's like, what are we doing? The goal scorer, Danilo Orsi, the maestro, Liam Kelly, gone.
All
Yeah.
of them?
Will Wright.
7?
Gone.
yeah, dude.
8 players.
They just
Gone.
sold them?
Yeah.
It was funny because like there was an entire week where every time I put on Instagram, I'm like, they got rid of Kelly? Like, come on! I just was just talking to the owner about how great he was.
And like 3 of them went to MK Dons.
Oh, I
What?
know.
They went back down?
Yeah. Who was the other guy that went to MK Dons?
I think Will Wright,
Kelly,
Kelly.
and then
Where did Orsi go?
Orsi.
He might have gone to Swindon or something.
So
Oh, he
the-
might not. They had 2 or 3 players go to League One teams like Bolton
Mm-hmm.
and
Well,
Brighton.
they moved up. So some players moved up, some moved back down.
Some went to League Two, some stayed in League One, but to other teams.
Huh.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what is going on? They did pick up some players. We'll see how they.
Well, they're playing their Moneyball game, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that their style?
And the big news, and I think I was thinking about this
Brooklyn Days.
today. Preston Johnson, who we interviewed, is a great interview.
Great beard.
Look it up.
Look it up. You find out, how you can gamble and go to BYU.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That is. It's almost like a contradiction, but yet not.
Yeah, weird. But Preston Johnson stepped away as the CEO, the chairman, the co-chair.
Yeah.
And then the big news, I think he was like watching the news too. It was like, even the other guy was like, "What are you doing? Why are you getting rid of Danilo Orsi? Why are you getting?" He agreed. He came back. He's now the co-chair and the CEO, and he's moving to Crawley. He's taking his family, moving to Crawley, and I think I was thinking about it. I wonder if Scott Lindsay said,
It's a rough
Dude.
move.
This is getting crazy.
"This is getting crazy. You either come and figure this out, or I'm out of here."
Oh, I know, and you can't lose him.
You cannot lose Scott Lindsay. He
No.
is a.
He'll go right back down.
Oh yeah, we might. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. See how this Moneyball goes, but I'm not panicking yet because they were successful. I gotta keep the faith, and we'll see how it goes. But it has been a crazy offseason so far.
All right, now over to the U.S. men's national team update. The U.S.
They
men's national
suck!
team beat Bolivia in the Copa. They beat Bolivia soundly, and then they proceeded to lose their mind against Panama. And then the coach decided to park the bus because our 10 players can't beat Panama's 11. So we went to the Christmas tree formation, also known as the park the bus formation. 1 forward, 2 mids, basically, or 3 mids, and then 5 defenders. He did the Pablo where he brought in a center back to go with the other 2 center backs who were other center backs, and he played for so many center backs, dude. I was like, what are we doing? This is Panama. This isn't
What?
Colombia.
I
We're not
didn't-
trying to preserve a win.
Yeah.
And then Flo Balogun had a gold freaking lasso, and then he got hit in the head 4 times and subbed out for concussion worries. So, poorly refereed game.
What about Wea?
Poorly refereed game. Go watch that. And then, even worse was the refereeing against Uruguay. And what a mess. But, Uruguay was a better team. If you watch that game, you know that they out-hustled us. We had enough skill to win, but we never really got a chance because they out-hustled us.
This team could use some MLS players.
Some grit.
Dax McCarty. Dax McCarty, get him
Nope.
in there, stomp on some
Nope.
people, shake
But-
things up.
We need some grit. We need
There
some
is
gritty
no grit on
players.
this team.
Yeah.
No.
None of these teams have
crazy.
Pulisic has some grit, and Tyler Adams has some grit, but Tyler's coming off some injuries, and he's struggling to get back to full form, but he's still the captain, and they subbed him out at halftime because we were down a player, and they put in Johnny Cardoso, who is not at the level of Tyler Adams, and we gave up an wimpy goal,
We need a new
and we
coach.
lost 1-0. But to be fair, Uruguay went on to beat Brazil, so
But Brazil
hard
sucks.
to be too harsh, but the loss to Panama to me is the unforgivable one. And your tactics in that game, and look, I've been a Berhalter fan. I thought he was good, but we needed Wilfred Nancy. That's what we need. Something like that.
Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, did you see all the...
Oh, yeah, they were
All
on
the-
him real bad.
Yeah, he was vacationing in America, and on the 4th of July, he made a post about how he loves America, and people are like, "Get beside him, get Klopp to come coach our national
The craziest
team."
rumor I saw is Steve Cherundolo. They're talking about Cherundolo. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
He's
I mean, he's
done
a first-time coach with a
nothing.
one-time team that he took from good to great by adding players. That, like, how's that going to help the national team?
He's had a team of superstars his entire career at LAFC.
Well,
How
and
can you
That's
not
what the
win?
national team should be, is a team of superstars, right?
Well, no. I think it needs to be a team of quality players that some are superstars. There isn't a player on that team that could carry Kyle Beckerman's lunchbox.
Correct.
It's because he eats a lot.
Yeah, it's
Well,
hefty.
it's a
You know,
big
protein.
lunch.
Well, part of it also
No,
has his
but-
dreads in there, too. So.
The point is that Kyle Beckerman never played in Europe. He's an MLS incredible player, had the grit and the fight and the bite,
And you
these
teamed
guys
him with
have
Michael Bradley.
none of that.
And you team him with Michael Bradley, who is the same way. Show up, do the work, put in the shift, run down everything. Michael Bradley, I think, has more game-winning goals against Mexico than anyone in U.S. men's national team history. He's not even an attacking mid. He's a defensive mid. You know what I mean? Like, that says how much he loves putting on the shirt and playing for the States. And we need more of that and less individual.
They might be more talented players,
Yeah.
but
Together, they're not a good enough team.
yeah, they've had too much not expected from them.
Yeah.
They've had everything too easy. They're all good players. They're all great players, but they don't have the drive, and they aren't out there trying to prove anything.
Yeah, they're not out there for the red, white, and blue at this point. So, very, very disappointing.
They need a coach that isn't going.
They should have
doesn't want to be their
fired-
buddy.
They should have fired Greg right after the Cup.
They
should have
did
said-
fire him. They should have done. They shouldn't have rehired him.
No, they didn't fire him. They let his contract expire. It's not the same thing. You should have fired him after this result. A loss to Panama, a loss to Uruguay, and a win against Bolivia is not enough. You're hosting the Cup. Fire him. Bring somebody else in. I like Berhalter, but he's not getting it done.
No.
Results need to be
And
the key.
it needs to be just like it is in the Premier League, where
Yeah.
you have 6 to 10 months to
Yep.
get a change, and if you don't, we need to recycle and get through it because we're tired of losing.
We go to the next World Cup like this, we'll be out in the
First rounds.
First
and
round.
if we're hosting and
Yeah.
we get out in the first rounds, there's
my gosh.
that's gonna
That's
gonna
detrimental to the U.S. men's national team.
well, not even that. That's detrimental to soccer across the states.
All of us, yeah.
We're gonna lose so many soccer players if we cannot perform at a high level.
Right.
Yeah, they need to bring in a coach that fires these guys up and says, "Hey, you know what? Christian Pulisic, you might be the best player we've ever."
So we need
Had in the
somebody
United
with
States,
a
but
hoorah
if-
attitude.
They've
I don't
talked
know.
about Pablo.
Get
They have?
Wilfred Nancy in there.
I've seen people, no, not on a national level, but it's come up like on Twitter, and Pablo being the kind of coach that would
Good.
be great
Yeah.
for a national team. Be a national team, great national team coach, because that's what he's focusing on. Then using other coaches like we've seen this year that are more tactical to help him out. Yeah, he would
Just
be
don't make it Vermees. He's had too many bad seasons
no.
in Kansas City.
not for me.
Don't
It
do
has
that.
to be someone with international experience that's
Jesse
coached at the
Marsh.
World
Been
Cup.
there.
Coach.
Been there.
They turned down
Jesse
Bielsa.
Marsh's Canada is into the Final Four of Copa America.
I'm not a Jesse Marsh fan because
I'm not either, but guess what?
They're
He
winning.
gets good results.
With like 7 or 8 MLS players.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get the right complementary players and not just superstars like you were saying. And
They
get
can
a
be
better
superstars,
team.
but they have to. There's not enough desire. They think that things are just going to come to them. They need to have a couple of players in there that are going to make the hard tackles, and they're going to get in there and fight no matter what.
Yeah, like
Not
Pablo
gonna-
was when he
Not going
made
to complain to the refs. And you
Yeah.
can talk the officiating. I will be the first to admit, officiating has been horrible in the Copa
Yeah.
America. The did you see the one that was Canada Panama? Was
Yeah.
that the one where
No.
the
Yeah.
one where
Canada
the
against somebody.
the goalie is out of the box over on the side, and it's going to be a throw in. Like the goalie kicks out of bounds.
Oh yeah.
And the Canada guy goes to pick it up and throw it in, and the goalie smacks it out of his hand.
And nothing.
Nothing. The ref actually stops the game and lets the goalie get back in position before Canada throws the ball in.
Yeah, that was nuts. That was nuts. Almost
And-
as nuts as the play on yellow card in the U.S. game that Tim Ream had to dive and clear off the line. Ridiculous refereeing.
And that guy probably shouldn't be refereeing anyway. He was in trouble. He reffed a Boca Juniors game, and they caught him getting payback shirts and stuff from Boca Juniors. And what's even worse, I guess there's another one in the England. I think it's in the Euros.
Oh yeah.
The guy that's
The
reffing
guy that's been
the Netherlands and the England game.
he's gonna ref the England. Anyway, he's gonna ref the other game that's not the England game. Right? He was the ref assigned, and he was
he's
seen
busted for
taking pictures in the other teams.
No,
jersey
he
or
was
something.
actually betting on the games.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. The other guy was the Jersey guy.
yeah, the guy that with the U.S. So yeah, it's been crazy.
It's been strange.
So anyway, thank you for listening. Please follow us on all of the social medias. We Twitter, X, whatever it is, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and Goals TV channel. Any place else?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of growth on that YouTube channel. Way to go.
Nice.
Yeah, we're doing some stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
thanks, guys.
Flash and knit really helps.
What?
Are we talking about
Was
the same
that
videos
yours?
we've been sending?
Was that
Oh,
the
sorry.
videos you were
Sorry, my bad.
Check out our
Check out
OnlyFans.
Brennan on YouTube.
I'll show you how to change a tire.
With
check out
only
our
4 lug nuts.
OnlyFans. I'm taking my socks off right now.
Oh boy.
Oh,
We're leaving.
boy.
All right.
I'm
that's-
out.
Don't do that. Don't do that. So thanks for listening, and we will see you next time.